Hey everybody, this week's video is going to be a little bit different because Lila is actually at a board and train program. So this week's video we're going to talk a little bit about what a board and train program is, where she's gone, that kind of thing. And hopefully it'll help you guys understand why she's gone for the next 3 weeks. So let's start with what a board and train is. So when you go on vacation and you can't take your pet with you, what do you typically do with them? You might get a pet sitter, someone to come stay at your house, check in on your pet, take them for walks, take them for food, that kind of thing. Or you might drop them off somewhere, like maybe somewhere you usually take them for daycare or something, where they typically have a bunch of kennels, they get scheduled breaks, scheduled running around time, that kind of thing. But usually, either of those options, you don't have any training to speak of. Like with pet sitters, really it's someone who, probably a friend of yours, who has work too. So they come home from work, set their stuff down, go take care of your dog, and after they've gotten their food and they've been walked, your friend is pretty much done with your dog and they leave and go home and do their thing. But with a board and train, it means that your dog is staying with someone or some organization where the main purpose is for the dog to continue their training or to learn something new. So the board and train that we picked was Top Line Canine Solutions. That was the same group. Sorry, someone's pulling in the driveway. That was the same group that we picked for her group classes, like when we did her Canine Good Citizen or her puppy classes. They're a great group of trainers. They're all super skilled, knowledgeable, and a lot of them already know Delilah, which was really helpful and reassuring to me. Specifically, she's staying with one of their trainers named Joel. So their program kind of is basically the dog comes into the trainer's home and stays with the trainer for 3 weeks. Now that includes the trainer, the trainer's dog, or dogs, or any of the other dogs that the trainer is working with. So not only will Delilah get to work one-on-one with the trainer every single day, she'll also get to work around other dogs and learn to be more comfortable with working around other dogs. There were some other board and trains that I looked into. Price was a little high for some of them. Some of them had outdoor kennels, which I'm not a fan of. Lila is spoiled and gets to sleep in our bed with us, but that's also part of her tasking, so you can decide if it's spoiled or helpful. Anywho, I just felt more comfortable knowing that she was going to be living in someone's house than staying in a crate or a kennel all day, except when she was taken out to eat or to train. So, as I said earlier, she's going to be gone for 3 weeks. So, we got back from wedding shenanigans on Monday morning, and then Thursday night, the trainer came in to pick her up, and she left with him on Thursday night. So, now we've got 3 weeks where she's going to be there working with him, and she gets back here on the 16th of May. So, we worked with him for probably half hour, 45 minutes, getting her used to him, talking about my goals for her, and that kind of thing before she left. I'm going to give her, a week and a half, basically as much as I can stand, being away from her, so that she can adapt to her new situation, new environment, new people. And then I may ask to be included in some of her training for the last week or week and a half, which they totally welcome, and I really love that. Being able to check in like that is really great for my sanity. They also send a lot of pictures. Like last night, I just got total photo dump, like 15 photos of Lila playing around with other dogs, and it was just really great for me to see. Helps me with my anxiety, stress a little bit less, not having her around. So one of the reasons why we're doing a board and train type thing is because I want to be able to clean the mess behind me that is our apartment, and having a dog underfoot can kind of get in the way of that. So having a little break for us so that we can focus on setting up our apartment a little bit better, just getting everything cleaned up, nice spring cleaning kind of thing. But most importantly, what we want her to work on there is her issues with people. She struggles with new people sometimes, and as much as I've tried, I couldn't really help her as much as she needed. I think it's just an anxiety issue where, like, as some of you may know, we were the first people that she met at 6 months old. So the couple that she stayed with, great couple. They had a bunch of other dogs, bunch of other cats, but lived in the middle of nowhere, so never really took her to a vet or had people over or took her to pet-friendly places. So she never knew anybody, any other humans, until 6 months old, when we came to pick her up and take her from her family. So that was a bit of a struggle for everyone involved. So we have been working on that. You've seen some of our videos where we take her to the park, we take her to the stores, and try to get her a little more comfortable in newer environments. But there's only so much of that I can do and that I know how to do to make her more comfortable. So that's the biggest goal we're having Joel work on with her. Other goals that I have are like longer downstays. She is still kind of maturing, so she's still not that sure, like not that patient, I guess is what I should say. But also, just a pro tip for anyone, teach your dog how to have a great off-leash recall, where they will come to you every time you ask, before you teach them to open doors. Yeah, didn't think that one through. But so they're working on getting her recall a little more solid. She is, because she knows how to open doors and will just go push doors open and has enough weight now to push doors open, we kind of have had a few times where we have to chase after her in the parking lot behind our apartment. So that's kind of some of the big goals that she'll work on. They're going to work on a lot of other things, a lot of the basics, a lot of refreshers like that, which I appreciate, and get her used to working under the command of someone else, which is also very important for service dogs to have, but also any dog, really. There are times where you're going to need to hand your dog off to someone else and say, "Can you hold my dog for a second?" That's something in the Canine Good Citizen separation test. It's not them giving your dog commands, but it is your dog being comfortable with you being away for a minute and them being with someone else. So I'm really excited about this opportunity. I am wondering what kind of dog I will get back. I'll put up some pictures here at the end just so you can see just a little bit of what's going on. She's looking super happy and doing really well as far as I can tell. So yeah, the next couple weeks are going to be a little bit different for our videos. What I've got planned is next week we're going to talk a little bit more about service dog laws, like what is and isn't a service dog and that kind of thing. And then the week after that, I'm going to go over a lot of her gear and some of her patches and things like that. That way you kind of understand what all we've got. That way when you see different things in our videos, you have a better idea of what's going on, what we're working towards, that kind of thing. I hope this helps, and enjoy! Thanks!